Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are here, long time no see. Honestly, it's been a long time. We are here with the third qualifier event for KFPL 5. We've got some really fun KeyForge gameplay coming up. All of you guys who are here watching, so glad to have you. But it is almost time to begin this third qualifier event. I've got to get back into the streaming mindset here. We're here, we're live, we're streaming. Here we are. Hello everybody. So the format for today is adaptive best of one, but each player brings a deck from each set. And then the order in which you play those decks over the rounds is completely random. So maybe you'll be playing, I don't know, Call of the Archons for the first game, and then Worlds Collide for the second game, Dark Tidings for the third game, so on and so forth, but it's going to be different for everybody. Ultimo Fox 700, welcome to the stream, welcome to the tournament, excited to be playing. We're excited to see you play, for real. Glad to have you here. Bruno Demo, hello, good to have you. Super excited to have you here in the chat, in the stream. I hope you are looking forward to some entertaining KeyForge gameplay. So it looks like, as of right now, our competitors are, we have Karen, naturally, competing in the tournament, Yolker41, we have Not Tonight, JDG314, Red Train, Aurora, yours truly, Orion, Ugluck4242, and Ultimo Fox, who is here in the chat. So we do have some fierce competition, and just for reference as to the oh, look at that, round one is up, just like that. The password for all games, KFPL uppercase, okay. So this is what the decks look like. Everybody, all the competitors here, they brought a deck from each set, and then the order is completely randomized. So for example, for Yolker, he'll be playing Coda, and then Worlds Collide, then AOA, then Dark Tidings, then Mass Mutation, so on and so forth. Without further ado, let's see if we can't find some games to watch here. So for this first game right here, it looks like we have Aurora versus Red Train. If y'all are down for that, we could watch that one. That should be a pretty good match. Aurora versus Red Train for the start. Looks like Aurora is going to be playing AOA versus Red Train, who will be playing also AOA. So we'll have an AOA matchup here. We can hop into this one. And we're into a match. Round one, AOA versus AOA. So Red Train over here is bringing, if it chooses to load up here. There we go. So we got Red Train with a Brobnar Logos Mars kit. I see Martian Generosity. Do they have a key abduction? I do not see a key abduction. I do see shards, however. Shard of Hate and a Shard of Knowledge and a Shard of Strength. So it's a triple shard deck. Martian Generosity with double Xanthics Harvester, a Glixel Proliferator, possibly to be archiving that Martian Generosity, or maybe a Destroy Them All. Containment Field, double Helper Bot, double Hexpion, double ZRX Researcher. So there's some good consistency in the logos. We have a remote access for some of that Artifact Pressure. Let's see, Ganger Chieftain and a Drummernaut, so it does have the Ganger-Knot combo. Garganti Scrapper, double Gauntlet of Command, Loot the Bodies, the Flex, and a Burn the Stockpile. So this looks like a pretty solid AOA deck. Then over here, Aurora. Looks like we have some chain bidding going at the moment. Aurora bids 3, Red Train bids 4, Aurora bids 6. Aurora's deck over here we have a Logos Mars Sanctum. So it looks like the Brobnar is getting swapped out for the Sanctum here. We have a Key Abduction, this time no Martian Generosity. Double Shallow Safeguard. Double Abed. Epic Quest. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nice it looks like. So some pretty solid support for that Epic Quest. Double Helper Bot. We have ZYX Researcher, Director of ZYX. Interdimensional Graft, Harlem Mindlock, so it looks like pretty fun overall. Aurora says hello stream. Alright, and then it looks like Aurora won the bid with the 6 chains. Swindle's Dust Chronicles, aka Karen. Howdy, glad to have you here. Good luck in the tournament. Looks like Red is starting it out strong with a Helper Bot into Sir Marrows instantly with some of that reap pressure that Aurora has to deal with. In terms of direct removal, what sort of things does I see an Orbital Bombardment, Containment Field in a sense works that way. Looks like there's some interesting stuff. Poke, not a whole lot. Standardized testing. So Sir Marrows, if Aurora has trouble establishing a board, it might be kind of difficult for her to remove the Sir Marrows. Even more pressure with the Professor Sutterkin, Pip for some of that Reap Disruption. Or with the Xanthix Harvester and the Shard of Hate. Got one shard down early. ZYX Researcher archives a card from the top of the deck. Reap with Helper Bot. Red Train with an early Logos board. Oh wow. Gangernaut combo drops turn 2. Got rid of the threat of the Sutterkin and the Pip. And the Helper Bot. And the Sir Marrows. The early Gangernaut combo was key for Aurora to deal with the Red Train's early Logos board. That was pretty clutch on Aurora's end. Perfect draw. Double Gauntlet of Command with the War Chest and the Gangernaut combo. That was 5 Brobnar cards dropped right there. Xanthix is not going to be doing much, but that's okay. The question is, how will the Red Train answer that? They're going Mars. Orbital Bombardment. Took out the Xanthix Harvester with the Bombardment, revealing Red Planet Ray Gun and Mindworm. So I assume we're going to see those 2 cards drop down right here real quick. Interesting that we have 2 AoA Mars decks. One of them has Martian Generosity, one of them has Key Abduction, but neither of them have both. Aurora, dropping a Logos turn with a couple Hexpeons. ZYX Researcher to archive the top card of the deck, and back over to Red Train. Once again, super excited to have all of you guys here in the chat watching this event. This is going to be some good stuff. This is a very fun looking format, if I'm being honest. Red Train purged the Ganger Chieftain. So now Aurora's Gangernaut combo is irretrievable. No hope of her rule of 6ing with the Gangernaut. Half of it is gone for good. So there's a good play by Red Train. Got the Grey Rider, possibly putting Mindworm to work here. Indeed. Mass board control with that Mindworm. And we've got a line Botrim, boosting up the power of the Grey Rider, making it even more of a threat than it usually is. And then Abed does not capture anything though. Aurora hasn't really been generating any Ember, but I'm assuming that'll all change here pretty quick. Once again, Red Train is ahead on board. And sadly, Aurora's Brobnar answer, half of it has been purged, and much of it is in the discard pile. They're going Brobnar again, though. Shard of Strength. So now 2 shards are out. Shard of Strength looks to be... okay. Action, give a friendly creature +1 power counter for each friendly shard. I think it's this one that deals damage. Shard of Strength gives extra power. Gauntlet of Command. Hexbion fought into the ZYX Researcher and the War Chest for a little bit of extra Ember there. And the Grey Rider is stunned. So now Red Train is head on board by 3. Make that 4-hole creatures. Go on Mars. Make that 5-hole creatures. Mind Warper and the Sky Booster Squadron and the Proliferator. That'll be a threat, especially when the... Let's see here. Especially when... Where's the Mars house right now? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Okay, never mind. Either way, Glixel Proliferator is out, and that's a bit of a threat. Oh, the Shard of Hate is putting in work at the moment. Stunning the Abad and the Proliferator. Wow. And Aurora just dropped a massive Mars board of her own, including a Proliferator, Nizik Resonator to put Red's keys up to 10, and a Collector Worm. Collector Worm, I love Collector Worm. Collector Worm is one of those cards that I hope comes back for Winds of Exchange, because it's just so cool. Harland Mindlock. Takes control of the Collector Worm. Interesting choice. So maybe they have ways at the moment to deal with the Resonator or the Proliferator? Memory chip. And that's that. So rather than taking the Proliferator or the Resonator, the Red Train went with the Collector Worm, which I can respect that. Collector Worm is a great card to have. Mind Worm takes out the Harland, bringing Collector Worm back over to their side. Proliferator Reaps to archive. There it is, the Martian Generosity. And that, right there, is the threat of Proliferator. Being able to archive Martian Generosity over and over and over. Zorg removes the stun. Collector Worm Reaps, interestingly. Yeah, overall, Aurora is swinging things a little bit. How the turns have tabled, to quote The Office. Because now Aurora is ahead by 1 Ember. Is ahead on board. And is making Red Train's keys cost 10. Red Train, unstunning, throws down the Beam Buckler. What will he do with the Beam Buckler? Deals damage to the Nizik Resonator, trying to make those keys cost a little bit less, and also moves it to the flank. So not only does it have damage, but now their keys only cost 8 instead of 10. And the Carpet Flocks them for some of that Ember. Naturally, Aurora goes Mars and picks up the Martian Generosity. And some other cards as well. Resonator fights the Abad, and then finishes off a few other creatures with a Mind Worm. Reaps with Zorg, Reaps with the Collector Worm. All in an effort for a massive Martian Generosity play. Draws 14 cards off of that. And then proliferators the Martian Generosity back into the archives again. Nizik Resonator drops. Another one. Orbital Bombardment to reveal Containment Field, destroy them all. Xanthix Harvester. So that's going to be 6 more damage total. A Shard of Hate to stun the Sky Booster Squadron. Containment Field on the Sky Booster Squadron, destroy them all. Another Xanthix Harvester. That's crazy. I'll just say I'm glad I won't have to face Aurora's deck later on now. Yeah, pretty much. This would not be a fun deck to go up against. I'm interested to see how Red Train manages. Oh, Red Train with the Clutch Spirit's Way, leaving only Collector Worm and Resonator alive. Vault Keeper to prevent any steal from happening. Shelve Safeguard. Yeah, that's wild. Aurora just managed to draw 14 cards off of that. Martial Generosity. They still have 18 cards in hand. Hello everyone, Ugluk here. Ugluk, awesome to have you in the chat. Good luck in the tournament later. Super excited to have you. Oh my goodness. Aurora going Logos. With a hand of 19 cards. This is where things are going to start going crazy, I think. Shard of Knowledge. All 3 shards are down. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Shard of Knowledge, and then they play the Helper Bot. What non-Logos card will they play? Oh, plays another Helper Bot. So now they have 2... Oh, Loot the Bodies. Alright, so that's Loot the Bodies off of 1 Helper Bot. Standardized Testing for 3 off the Loot the Bodies. That's a cool combo. Oh my goodness, Martian Generosity again. So now they literally just have pretty much their entire deck in hand. 23 cards. They had 25 for a second there. ZYX Researcher, Research Smokle, Double Hexpion, Poke for the Ember, Remote Access. So now Aurora hasn't been generating that much Ember. I mean, they have been, but all in an effort for the Martian Generosity plays. And now that they have 20 plus cards in hand, now they can really start doing some damage. Oh my goodness. Helper Bot after Helper Bot after Helper Bot. That's crazy. And just like that, Aurora has a board of like 11, 12 creatures. The Headhunters, glad to have you here. Hello. Aurora says, fun deck. Yes, obviously. This is obviously a very fun deck. Wow. Those were 2 banger turns right there. And even after all that, they still have 13 cards in hand. Aurora says she really likes the KeyForge Abduction less Gen decks. So the decks with Martial Generosity and no Key Abduction. Which that's pretty cool. I agree. I think they're pretty neat too. I mean, obviously the Key Abduction, just to be able to forge at 0, I mean, that's a thing all of its own. But I mean, even without that, being able to have turns like this, just dropping millions of creatures, all sorts of off-house plays with the Helper Bots and things like that, I mean, that's super cool too. I definitely see where Aurora's coming from with that. Red Train attempting to answer with a bit of a Mars turn here, throwing down the Ember Conduction Unit, a Collector Worm, a Tixel Beambuckler, dealing 2 damage to the Zorg and moving it off to the flank, rendering the Xanthix Harvester useless. So that was a pretty smart play on Red's part. Aurora took it for 6 chains. Aurora throwing down the Garganti Scrapper, 1-2 punch to stun the Collector Worm. Loot the Bodies again. Jeez. Now they're using their gauntlets to go to town with the Hex Beyonds, throwing on the Flaming Shaman to deal 2 damage to the Collector Worm. Interesting to see the Ember stay relatively even so far, though one player clearly has an advantage. Yeah, interesting. That is interesting. Martian Generosity will do that. But I mean, obviously, this is the part where Aurora can just go ham, you know? Yeah, it is interesting to see that Ember has stayed relatively the same. Now we got some Brobnar popping off here. Classic Brobnar Ember Burst. Dinobots! Welcome to the stream. Super excited to have you in here. We got quite the match happening. We got a Martian Generosity Proliferator deck being piloted by Aurora to perfection at the moment. Oh, Red Train with the Cutthroat Research. Jeez. Or sorry, Red Train with the Cutthroat Research. Helper Bot with a backup copy. Plays the Key Abduction, putting all of Aurora's Mars creatures back in her hand. Yeah, it was very scary. Aurora had like a 25 card hand at one point. It was ridiculous. Worm down! Worm down! Aurora playing Destroy Them All. Ember Conduction Unit is gone. Helper Bot and backup copy is gone. Orb of Bombardment. Mindworm, Zord, Collector Worm. All those Mars creatures that got put back in hand by Key Abduction are coming back down again. Holy cow. Watching some of Aurora's games shows how next level she is. It makes me feel that I don't know how to play this game properly. I know, I definitely feel that. Aurora is an incredible KeyForge player. And then, so like, exactly like you're saying, when I see this sort of gameplay, it's like, wow, I pale in comparison to this. I don't know how I could ever compete competitively when you have stuff like this happening out there in the competitive spectrum, you know? Ultimo Fox, this is a good game so far, well played by both players. Yes, absolutely agreed. Red Train is doing an incredible job of staying on top of things despite being so far behind on board. They're playing very smart, and they're staying on top of the game. This Nizik Resonator that keeps coming out, though, is kind of throwing a wrench in the works. Epic Quest is down. Seraphic Armor, nowhere to play it. Nowhere helpful to play it, that is. So Epic Quest is set up with 1 Knight in the Archives. Epic Quest could be an interesting... play later down the road, perhaps. Yeah, that Nizik Resonator has definitely been Red's bane. Yeah, so Aurora just going Mars. Reaping to town with that Mars board. Xanthix Harvesters gaining a little extra Ember along the way. Putting themselves at check for that second key. Oh, very smart play by Red Train with the Interdimensional Graft. Red Train throwing down the Director of ZYX. So Aurora forges that second key. 2 Embers going over to Red, putting them at 12. Nizik still being super annoying with keys costing 10. Naturally, Aurora goes Mars. Orb of Bombardment. Xanthix Harvester. Martian Generosity. Just to casually draw 8 more cards. And yeah, that's crazy. At least Red does get to forge a key. That's 1 expensive key though. The tournament started an hour later. Maybe it's rough for you guys, but I mean, I must say, for me, and it looks like for Ultimo Fox as well, Oh, Carpet Flotsam. That was huge. That is what Red Train was looking for, was that Carpet Flotsam. Looks like it may have come a couple turns too late. But no, for me, yeah, it's perfect for me. Because the tournament starts at 11 a.m. Nice late in the morning. Gives me some time to wake up, get everything sorted and ready to go. It's perfect for me. And for everybody else who lives in my time zone. But I can understand how it could be difficult for some other people. It's tough to please everybody when it comes to this sort of thing. With people living all over the place. There it is. Aurora wins the first match. With an absolutely wild Martian Generosity deck. Well played to both players. Congratulations to Aurora for winning the first round. At least Red got to forge a single key. That was one darn expensive key though. That Nizik Resonator was quite a pain. Carpet Flotsam came just a couple turns too early. Epic Quest unfortunately did not get to go out. Or to go off, I mean. But yeah, there we have it. That's the first game. Congrats to Aurora. Looks like Aurora has gone 3-1 for that first game. Karen won her first game, 3 keys to 2 against Yolker. Looks like there are a couple other games popping off right now. We have Orion versus yours truly. Could hop into this one just for a moment, see how things are going. Looks like we're about halfway through Orion and yours truly's game at the moment. Each of them at 1 key. Yours truly at 1 key 5 Ember. Orion at 1 key 2 Ember. Got some crazy Sanctum shenanigans going on yours truly's side of the board. Rook the Marked with a whole bunch of Ember. Abad with a couple Ember. Vault Keeper. What sort of decks are we looking at? Who won what? Both players wanted Colton Agrarian Dojo Musician, and it looks like yours truly is the one who got a hold of it. It's a Brig deck with double Archimedes. Double Proclamation. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Double Ronnie. Some other nasty shadow stuff. Wow. Orion over here, on the other hand, piloting a Worlds Collide deck. And just now we managed to tune in to see an impeccable City-State Interest Axiom of Grisk combo for one-sided board wipe. Tribune Pompatus, Thero Centurion. So what's Orion piloting? Double Daughter, Addy Double Quant, Double Song of the Wild with a Ghost Hawk, Double Camouflage, Harmonia, Crassosaurus. Ooh, Crassosaurus deck. Interesting. With Ludo for some of that dump if needed. And an Exile. So it's a Crassosaurus Exile combo. With some other neat stuff. Okay. Well, that's neat. It looks like Orion managed to pull into decent, or had turned the tables a little bit with that City-State Interest Axiom of Grisk play. Putting themselves at check for their second key. Oh, Crassosaurus is so good. I'm totally with you guys. Especially with Exile. I recently opened a deck with a super nice Crassosaurus kit. It came with an Imperial Scutum, a Calpigian Ideal, some decent warding. So I mean, when you get Crassosaurus with some good stuff, like Exile, like you guys are saying, or even with some of the other stuff I mentioned, like that is some good stuff. Unfortunately, no wipe to pair with that since Axiom doesn't really work. Oh, yours truly with the Brig. Nasty. What do? You just gotta forge and transfer a whole key's worth of Ember over to your opponent. That's rough. That is rough. The interdimensional, the Brig. My first Crass deck had Scutum and Ludo for safekeeping, but more recently I got a Crassosaurus Whirlpool deck that I adore. That's really cool. Yeah, that's one way to do it right there. To get the Crassosaurus over to the opponent's side. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Ryan attempting to recover from that Brig. Reaping? Oh, okay. Quant into a Song of the Wild, so every Reap gains 2 Ember. That's pretty clutch, I'd say. It's big with Pompatus, so you could fight some damage onto it for exiling. Yeah, exactly. I just remember one time playing in a tournament. They had a Tribune Pompatus with their Crassosaurus, but they also had a 6 Semper. So they just captured all that Ember onto Crassosaurus, who was then like 20-30 power, and then just 6 Sempered all that Ember into their pool. It was pretty devastating. But also really cool, I had never seen that before. So Orion, keeping in this Logos turn with Wormhole Technician, a Quant, discards the Wild Wormhole. Don't want to incur any of that risk that Wild Wormhole may bring. They still have a Jargoggle out here that they can use. They went over to yours truly. Okay. Not quite at check, but the game is still close. Even after that Brig, Orion had a really good play with that Song of the Wild on a Logos turn. My game with Yolker was super tight. 2 good Graph decks trying to bait each other. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Who will fall for the Graft first? Yours truly going Shadows. Dust Chronicles to draw a card. Ronnie steals. Oh man, you both got grafted? Oh, that's hilarious. Redlock. Dinobot asks, and who was the baiter that played more masterfully? That's the way I'll phrase it. Yours truly taking some time to think here. Orion has quite the board. Quite the board established at the moment. So hopefully, maybe yours truly will have a way to deal with it. Aembermedes keeping it PG in here. Yeah, that's right. Keeping it good and PG in the qualifier. Archimedes has some good neighbors. A Ronnie and an Abad that would get archives. Yeah, that Tribune Pompatus. It's nice that TCO just does it all for you. But I must say, in live play and IRL play, Tribune Pompatus is just a mathematical error waiting to happen. Especially when you get other effects, like Centurion Sinopius or Primus Unguis also added into the mix. And you have a whole bunch of different power values being boosted in different ways here and there, and it's all based on how much Ember this person has on this person, but also over here on this person. That's crazy stuff. Bone Rot Venom goes on the Thera Centurion. Sack of Coins. So that'll deal 6 damage, it looks like. 2. To whom? It's one of my few design complaints in the game prior to MM. Yes, exactly. Yep, it can get very hectic very quickly. And I think they did a better job of making it not like that after Mass Mutation, kind of like you were saying. Or after World's Collide, I should say. Sack of Coins hits the Ronnie wrist clocks. And I'm assuming probably some other stuff too, but interesting choice. Hit their own remaining wrist clocks to archive it using Archimedes. Very smart. So now Orion has to be mindful of yours truly's Ronnie in the archives. Meanwhile, they themselves are at check at 7 for their third key. Orion can capture at least one with the Pharaoh. What else might they have in the Saurian? Odoak captures one. Okay, so yeah, they're going Saurian with all the archives. What's in their discard pile? Oh, the steady-state interest is gone. So yeah, there's the Crassosaurus. Looks like might still be in play. Yeah, Hapsis is the card that's purged. So Crassosaurus might be coming into play. They also have that Odoak, Prefectus Ludo. Okay, here it is. Crassosaurus. Capturing 7 Ember from yours truly and 3 from... There it is. The play we were talking about. Crassosaurus capturing 10. Exiled over to the other side. What a play. Orion probably had that play set up and archived for a while now. Pharaoh fights the Aembermedes. Regrettable Meteor to destroy everybody that needed to be destroyed. Let's put it that way. Yeah, holy cow. That was the clutch Saurian turn that Orion needed. Yeah, the Regrettable Meteor for the play. Yeah, regrettable. That's interesting. Destroy each dinosaur creature, and then everybody's 6 or higher. That's one way to do it. Orion, that was a masterful play. Running wrist clock, sure enough, can steal 2. There's Reap with Redlock, but looks like that's it. GG to both of you, to both players. Congratulations, Orion. That was an explosive final turn for the win. Every Saurian piece that he needed for that Crassosaurus Exile play to be pulled off to maximum efficiency. Everything came together. So good games to both of you. So how are things looking here? Looks like, so yeah, Karen won 3-2 against Yolker. JGG314 went 3-2 against Not Tonight. Aurora went 3-1 against Red Train. Orion 3-1 against yours truly. Well, wasn't it 3-2? Yeah, 3-2. I don't know if it matters that much, but Orion won either way. And then Ugluck and Ultimo Fox. It looks like Ugluck won 3-1. And just like that, we're going to be going on to round 2. So if you knew that was Orion's game-winning move, I wonder what the opponent could have done to avoid that. Yeah, I don't know, because you're stuck. You'd be stuck not generating Ember, you know? Because at some point you'd have to generate something. But I don't know. It's tough. It'd be really tough because it all just happens on play effects. Like Orion didn't necessarily have to have anything set up on the board already for that to happen. So as soon as you try to generate any Ember, Orion has that set up to take you out. So I don't know. Alrighty. Round 2 is up. And then it looks like there's going to be a very short, brief break after round 2 for just a quick drink. And just to get recuperated. So it looks like we're going to have yours truly versus Yolker, Karen versus JDG, Red Train versus Ultimo Fox, Orion versus Not Tonight, and Ugluck versus Aurora. Are there any games... Whoa, my voice. Are there any games that you guys want to see played here. We've already seen Aurora and Orion and Red Train and yours truly. So we do have a few other options scattered about that we could watch that we haven't seen yet. But is there anybody that you guys want to watch? Ugluk. Ugluk versus Aurora. That'd be a cool match. Everybody is chanting Ugluk. We'll hop into Ugluk's game here. Alrighty, so it looks like both players want to play with Erevis Bay Tutor. Who is this? Who is Erevis Bay Tutor? Just a crazy looking deck. I wish it would load. So everybody wants Ugluk, or everybody wants the Erevis Bay Tutor. Ugluk went 1 chain for it, Aurora went 2, Ugluk went 3, Aurora went 4, Ugluk went 5, Aurora went 6, Ugluk went 7. Oh my gosh. We're up to 7 chains for this deck already. I wish it would load so we could see it. This one right here. Sakota versus Worlds Collide matchup. Aurora's contemplating. Do they want to go 18? Whoa, not 18. 8 chains for this? Aurora went 8 chains for it, but Ugluk went up by another one. That's 9 chains. That's crazy. That's down 2 cards for 3 turns and then down 1 for another 6. This, yeah, Aurora passed on that. So Ugluk won the Call of the Archons deck with 9 chains. That's an expensive deck. Does it actually play? Oh man, yeah, looking at it, 9 chains may have been worth it. Triple Witch of the Eye, Hunting Witch, Flaxia, double Nepenthe Seed, and double Lost in the Woods. With a regrowth. That's a very scary Untamed. Logos with the lab work, double lab work actually, Phase Shift. Random Access Archives, Flogify. That's just another really solid looking Logos kit right there. Ugluk played a lab work. Aurora played a Fogbank, Lodon, Imprinted Murmuk. Passed back over to Ugluk. Man, Ether Spider, John Smith, Blipip, Mothergun, Squawker, Shatterstorm. Yeah, that's a really... It's not a very conventional set of like houses that you'd usually see, I feel like, in competitive Coda decks. But that still looks like a really solid set of cards right there. Meanwhile, Aurora ended up with Pseudowile, the Villain of Entertainment. That's a cool deck name. This one has Double Giant Naubil. It's interesting that the houses are all switched up here. It's actually Untamed Brobnar and Dis, but it's showing up as Brobnar Dis logos for some reason. Triple Mog Hunter, double Ire Staff, double Berserker Slam. So that's Worlds Collide Brobnar, but not like the worst Worlds Collide Brobnar. Infernus, double Scullion, some other stuff. Alrighty, what are we looking at right now? Aurora's at check already. Ugluk going Mars. Wow, that's crazy. Ugluk has had some solid Logos turns already. Berserker Slam's doing some work on Aurora's side of the board. Mustic Murmuk is gone from Mothergun, revealing Blipip, Squawker, and Deep Probe. Ugluk attempting the Deep Probe to discard all Disc creatures from Aurora's hand. And it looks... Oh, that was a good call. Aurora just lost half of her hand. Buzzle, Bornet, and Scullion, leaving only Cauldron Boil, Harmonia, and Inca the Spider. So that was a really good call on Ugluk's part. Blipip, Squawker to Ready and Reap. Aurora does forge. Naturally, they go untamed. And we see the cards come down that we just saw from Deep Probe. Cauldron Boil, Inca, Harmonia. Uglet going untamed with the Archives. Lost in the Woods, interesting. Both Lost in the Woods into Flaxia. An interesting way of clearing the board for that Flaxia burst, putting themselves at check. Aurora goes Brobnar, Little Rapskull, Grok, Moghunter. Some of that Worlds Collide, Brobnar stuff coming down. Boosts up the power of the Grok and enrages it, so now we have a 7 power Grok as opposed to just 5. Little Rapskull, making it so creatures have to fight. Uglet does forge, and they are perfectly tied in terms of Ember and keys. Uglet goes Logos, Scrambler Storm, and a Bat Drone. Pretty simple turn, but disruptive nonetheless. Scrambler Storm is a crazy card. Literally just stealth mode, but in Logos. Aurora throws down a Skull. Boosts up the power of Grok even more. Takes out the Flaxia. Takes out the Bat Drone and reaps. Oof. Hunting Witch. Witch of the Eye. Double Witch of the Eye. Regrowth to put Flaxia back in hand. And 2 more Ember. 3 actually, because Hunting Witch. That was a nasty untamed play. And 3 must deal with threats. Thrown down just like that. 3 witches. Alright, there's 1 threat dealt with. 1 Witch of the Eye gone. Yeah, everybody's dead. Aurora had to take that turn just to get those untamed creatures off the board. They cannot be left alive. And if you have a way to deal with them, you have to deal with them. Even if it hurts, you know? Because probably wasn't the ideal play for Aurora at the time. But those creatures had to be dealt with. Who knows what Uglet could have done with 2 Witch of the Eyes and a Hunting Witch on the board. Uglet did play Random Access Archive and Wild Wormhold into an Aether Spider. Aurora's like, whatever, I'm gonna go Dis. I want to go Dis. Aether Spider can stay, that's fine. Rot Grub makes Uglet lose an Ember. Infernus to purge the Scrambler Storm and the Lost in the Woods. Festering Touch to deal 1 damage to the Aether Spider. And then Eterome. And a Scullion. Sacrifices the skull with the Scullion. Wow. Uglet with yet another dreadful untamed drop here. Double Nepenthe Seed and Witch of the Eye. Just even more threats that have to be dealt with. It's almost like every creature in that deck is a witch in one way or another. They either actually are witches, like a Hunting Witch or a Witch of the Eye, or it's an Aether Spider. Yeah, exactly. Triple Witch of the Eye and double Seed. That's crazy. That's insane recursion. Yeah, pretty good deck. Pretty good deck. But the recursion that deck offers, just being able to get so many of those pieces that you've played already back into your hand is crazy. I say crazy a lot, but that's because it is. Aurora throws down a giant Nobble, Mab the Mad, Inca the Spider to stun Witch of the Eye. That's one way to temporarily deal with Witch of the Eye. Giant Nobble, after a player chooses an active house, that player destroys an artifact of that house. So Uglet going Mars has to destroy the Mother Gun. which isn't too harmful. Oh, there's also a world tree in that deck as well. So that's just even more recursion. Ugluk plays the Shatterstorm. Orbital bombardment. Orbital bombardment. Dealing 6 damage total. Took out the Inca, the Mad, and the Rock Crab, it looked like. That 11 power Grok still has some firepower left in him. Nepenthe Seed to return Deep Probe to hand. Oh, that is just evil. That is just evil. Oh my goodness. Called Brobnar revealed Dendrix, Moghunter, Cauldron Boil, Unsuspecting Prey, Snag, and Barn Raising. Okay, so that Deep Probe wasn't quite as bad. Only lost the Moghunter, but with 2 Nepenthe Seeds, they can just bring that Deep Probe back after having looked at your hand, and then play it again, discard whatever else they want. That sort of hand destruction is just cruel. The fact that you can just dismantle a player's hand like that. Imagine if you played the Deep Probe and then had the 2 Nepenthe Seeds back. Jeez. Just get to call all 3 houses. You just don't have any creatures left. Alrighty, Aurora goes Untamed, destroys the World Tree. Ooh, Unsuspecting Prey. This is actually going to be a good Unsuspecting Prey. Hit the Blip, the Flaxia, and the Think Drone, and then the Cauldron Boil. That's such a good combo. Giant Nobel into the Ether Spider. So now the Ether Spider threat is dealt with. Witch of the Eye is stunned. Whoa. Titan Mechanic, however, putting Ugluk at a premature check. Irestaff is gone with the Rogon Brobnar. Berserker Slam on the John Smith. Moghunter. So now Ugluk is off of check. Interesting that Deep Probe does not count as disruption on VOK. That is very weird. I didn't even know that. That's kind of odd. Alrighty, Ugluk going Logos. Reaps with the Doc Bookton. Oh. Aurora concedes. Ugluk does not get the chance to finish their turn. That's just it. So Aurora has gone 1-1 so far. Good games to both of you. Congratulations, Ugluk, for taking down the competition with that crazy Call of the Archons deck. It looks like it was definitely worth the chains. Definitely worth the 9 chains for that. Good games. Oh, it comes out as Other, not as Disruption. Interesting. So there we have it. Aurora was taken down by a wild Coda deck. Alrighty, so Ugluk won 3 keys to 1. Not tonight. Took down Orion 3 keys to 1. So now we have yours truly, Yolker, trying to finish up. Red and Ultimo, Karen and JDG. Let's look at what games we got here. We have not seen... games are pretty cool. Yeah, I know. These games have been crazy, Arthur. These games have been insane so far. Lots of fun. So we haven't seen Karen or JDG play yet. We could hop into their game really fast, see what things are looking like. Oh, looks like that game ended already. Karen took it down. Well, great. Karen took down JDG 3-1. Well, in that case, we can go somewhere else. Ultimo versus Red Train. How are things looking over here? Alright, here's something a little bit different. Wow, looks like we just walked in on a Tribute 6 Ember combo. Ultimo in the lead, 2 keys to 1. Red Train not far behind, 1 key to 8. The Coliseum has 5 glory counters on it at the moment, so that may be a reliable key cheat that Red Train can call upon for their 3rd key or something later down the road. Looks like there's some more World's Cloud Brobnar here. Some really weird rare cards, Cyber Giant rig and stuff. Ultimo Fox is piloting a Mass Mutation deck. Oh yes, there's the Tribute 6 Emperor that we just saw. Looks like Ultimo piloting a Mass Mutation deck with double Dinobot, double Sloppy Labberg, Auto Encoder, double Francis, quadruple Tempting Offer. That's just kind of wild. Looks like it has some pretty good stuff in there. It looks like Ultimo Fox has been putting it to some pretty good use. They are still in the lead, generating some Ember. Lethalogica to take up the opposition research. Sloppy Labberg. Discard Tempting Offer. Yeah, just trying to cycle through those tempting offers, because I feel like with 4 of them, it's probably not going to be worth it to play all of them, because that's just 4 free Ember for your opponent. Ultimo does have 5 cards in their archives, so that is kind of concerning for Red Train. Who is going this? Oh, you guys both took each other's decks with no chains. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Red throwing down some disc creatures in addition to an Exhumed to throw down the Nogi Smart Fist, meaning that Red is getting this much closer and closer to being able to pull off an Obsidian Forge potentially. That's 2 key cheats that Ultimo needs to be aware of. Library to archive a card. It'd be crazy if Red... I mean, they're both like pretty much even at the moment, but it would be crazy if Red found some way to key cheat their way to victory in this game. Also, we've got 20 viewers right now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This is very exciting. This is a lot of fun. We got some great games. Super glad to have all of you here. Ultimo going to Shadows with a Francis, a red penny to steal one, and also has a capture icon on it. That is the sort of red penny you like to see. Lights out. Uh-oh. So much for that Obsidian Forge. Malison and Harbinger are going back in the hand. Booby Trap to deal some damage to the Shrix and her neighbors. Floxamal, thanks for streaming. Glad you missed me getting stopped by Not tonight. That is how it goes sometimes. Hopefully we'll catch one of your games in the future, though. Pretty quick here. We did get to see at least part of one of your games. Maybe we'll get to see like a full one of your games at some point. That'd be cool. Red Train going Saurian. Rudder Golem to stop Ultimo's 3rd key. The clutch Rudder Golem. Tricerian Legionary wards the Rudder Golem. Throws down the Pterodactyl. Obsidian Forge is looking like it might have some potential again. The Red Train has a ways to go on Ember before that Obsidian Forge becomes viable, but you're recording as well, so it might be best to catch other... Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah, if you're recording your own games, then I might tune into other people's games. Thanks for letting me know. Chant of Hubris. Throws it over onto the Q-Mex. Senator Shrix fought the Q-Mex, and that means a 6th glory counter is placed on the Coliseum. Sacrifices the Signal Fire to use Nogi to fight. Volcano and Spider got discarded at random. A 2nd Red or Golem got played. I wonder if Red drew into that from Nogi's fight. Oh, a list of decks. Yeah, there is a list. It looks like, yeah, I have a list pulled up here. It looks like Floxamal might be linking you to it. So if it's the same list that I'm thinking of, then yeah, that's what I've got. Hopefully it'll work out. It is a list of the decks and a link to the Decks of KeyForge page for them. So that you can like check out the SAS, the order that the decks are going to be played for each individual player. And yes, the link is on Discord as well. Alright, Ultimo. Taking a soaring turn of their own. Exiling the Francis the Economist. Throwing down the Monument to Ludo. Playing a Perfectus Ludo, dealing some damage. There's a High Priest Torvis. Looks like a ton of people are trying to link you this this link here. I'm pitching in as well. So there's the link from the multiple sources that you've been given. Wow. Are we gonna see a Coliseum win? There it is. Dang. The Coliseum gets Red Train the win. That's impressive. I don't think I personally have ever seen the Coliseum win a game before. So that's really cool. Good game, Red Train. Good game, Ultimo Fox. Ultimo saying, yeah, he had nothing left to deal with that Saurian board. Yeah, that Saurian board was building out rapidly and was keeping Ultimo off of his 3rd key with those double Red or Golems. And being able to fight consistently, loaded up the Coliseum with those glory counters, and ultimately Red Train got the win with it, using it. Okay, cool. I'm glad to see that you got a hold of it, John. Very cool. Yeah, it's interesting seeing a Coliseum go off, especially for the win. Coliseum is one of those few key cheats I think is cool. Yeah, it's interesting because it requires something of a balance, you know, because you need to be generating Ember in other ways, but you also need to be fighting for those glory counters to go off. It requires a nice balance of fighting and also generating Ember enough to the point that Coliseum can actually go off. So yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Coliseum win is wicked. So that puts us at Karen winning 3-1 against JDG, Red Train 3-2 against Ultimo, Not Tonight 3-1 against Orion, and Ugluk 3-1 against Aurora, with only yours truly and Yolker still going at it. Yes, you two can play in these qualifiers. We'll chat about it in a link resources during the stream. Indeed. Alrighty, so let's see here. What are we looking at? So looks like the last game that's still going is yours truly versus Yolker. I include Epic Quest and Might Makes Right in this list. Yeah, those two are really cool as well. My favorite key cheat. I don't know what my favorite key cheat is. Wow, we're still pretty early into the game here. Yolker versus yours truly. They're both at 1 key. Oh wow, Quiet Anvil making their keys cost 4 at the moment. Oh yeah, Dark Discovery is a good one too. I don't have any decks with Dark Discovery. The captain did open up a Dark Discovery deck on the stream that we did together during the 24-hour live stream, and that was a super hype moment. So Yolker over here is using a Worlds Collide deck with a crazy Star Alliance kit, triple information exchange in the logos with an Eddy, Candle Unit, double Infernus, double E. This deck looks insane. That's the sort of disc that you like to see in Worlds Collide right there. I feel like Worlds Collide disc can really go either way, and this disc is going the right way. Yours truly is also piloting Worlds Collide with also a crazy Star Alliance kit here. Snack Lifter is always fun. Double Ronnie, or triple Ronnie, sorry. Triple Pestering Blow as well. Double Cutthroat Research, Tau Tau Vapors, some other good stuff. I think one of my favorite key cheats would have to be KeyFrog. I just think that KeyFrog has so many like cool setups that you can do with him, you know? Like you got the Fangtooth Cavern or the Waste Knot. But you know, it's not just like there are very few instances in which you can just play him down and instantly get his key cheat effect and like forge a key from him. Because I mean, with stuff like Key Charger Chota Hazri, I mean, your opponent just is never given a way to deal with that, or rarely is at least. But with KeyFrog, it's like you have to finagle a way to get him down on the board, and maybe the opponent has a way to deal with him early, so you won't get to forge. Or he'll kill your opponent will kill the KeyFrog before you get a way to use him. So I mean, I think there's just a lot of dynamic gameplay that goes into getting a KeyFrog to go out. So I like KeyFrog quite a bit. The Anvil always works against me. Yeah, Quiet Anvil is quite a card, I must say. Alright, yours truly just played an interdimensional graft on Yolker. Huh. That's interesting. The Quiet Anvil made it so that even though Yolker only had 6 Ember, the interdimensional graft still did something. Yeah, yours truly just is like saying right now, I like how this deck makes the graft a little bit better because of the Anvil. That is very smart. But then it just hurt me in a weird way because I would have preferred you did not forge. I could have stopped forging better graft. Okay. So yeah, there's some strategy with the Quiet Anvil, that's for sure. Yeah, it's hard to pull off, and even if you do, you don't feel that reward. It's more of a psychological win. Yeah, there you go. Psych out your opponent. Alright, so we're back over to yours truly, who does get the forge. So we're neck and neck yet again. Both players with 2 keys, looking for their third. Yolker is only 2 Ember closer, so I mean, it's still anybody's game. Yolker does have a sizable board established at the moment. 4 Logos creatures, one of which is a Replicator, and another of which is an Eddy. However, there are no cards in Yolker's archive, so Eddy's not really doing anything. Yours truly is going Star Alliance. Somebody's just flying down my street at the moment. So that Medic Ingram, they have access to the Medic Ingram to maybe do some warding of some sort. Throws down the Molina, giving some extra hazardous to the Jar Goggle. Ooh, Quintrino Flux. Oh, well, this is interesting. Looks like the Quintrino Flux hit 4 power and 3 power creatures. So that was some good board removal for yours truly right there. Oh wow, the transporter platform. Throws down the operations officer Yishi. Walls. Oh wow. Walls for the... Oh, it looks like Ingram's Blaster just got played. After you attach Ingram's Blaster, 2 Medic Ingram fully heal a creature. I never can remember what each blaster does when it's attached to its respective owner. Plasma Nozzle on walls. Yeah, these upgrades right now are putting in some real work for yours truly. Just playing them down for that Ember bonus. Good old transporter platform, you know what I mean? Officer Yishi is warded from Medic Ingram. And that 2 damage on the Replicator. Yolker's board is cleared. Yours truly checking for their 3rd key at 7 Ember. And Yolker is going this. Oh, the Evil Eye. Harbinger. They shuffled Infernus and EE back into their deck. So that's some purging Ember control with the Infernus and some Steel with the E. So Yolker managed to successfully stop yours truly's 3rd key while simultaneously putting themselves at check for their 3rd. Yours truly doing some thinking to see if they have any way to stop what Yolker just did. Is it enough? Is it enough? Yours truly goes Shadows. Steals 1 with the Trust No One. Plays the Snecklifter. Duskrunner on the Snecklifter. But that's all she wrote. It was enough. It was enough. Yolker with the clutch Evil Eye. What a game. What a game. That was so close. Back and forth right at the end. Good games to both of you. Congrats, Yolker, for the win. Good game in yours truly. That was quite a game. So it looks like that concludes round 2. Congratulations to everybody who has been playing and winning so far. Good games to everybody who's been playing, honestly. I'm gonna refresh this real quick. Oh. So it looks like Ugluk and Karen are the only 2 players who are 2-0 at the moment. Yours truly and Ultimo Fox are both 0-2, and then everybody else is right in between. Alrighty, so it looks like we will be taking a quick break here. We'll be back at it looks like 12:22. That's my time. For you guys, whatever it is, 22. Look at you there at the bottom, all happy with yours truly. Well, hey, it's uphill from here, right? Right? Yeah, you're gonna win all your future games, Ultimo Fox. You will. Believe. Alrighty, so yeah, we're gonna take a quick break right here, and I will be back a little bit before 22. I will see you all in a moment. Alrighty guys, we are back. Got my bowl of grapes here. Hopefully you guys can't hear me eating those, but I've got some grapes. So we're just waiting on round 3 to start up. And yeah, we'll be at it. So let's take a look here. Round 3, it looks like we have Aurora versus Orion. That's an interesting match. Karen versus Ugluck. JDG versus Yolker. Not Tonight versus Red Train. And Ultimo Fox versus yours truly. And I've convinced Ultimo Fox that he's gonna win all his future games, so we don't even need to bother watching that one. We know who's gonna win. Ultimo Fox will take down yours truly. So what are we looking at here? We could go JDG versus Yolker. We haven't seen Yolker play very much. All right, let's see if we can find their game. It's like every game is going up except for the one that we're waiting on. Hello? Yolker? Are you there? Yolker? Yolker? JDG? 314? Hello? Are you playing? Hello? Anybody? Is anybody there? Where are they? Aha! There they are. Alrighty. Let's hop on in and see what we're looking at. Well, I think... Okay, I could be wrong about this. I'm not super, like, knowledgeable about Challenge or anything, but I feel like when I try to use the link on Challenge, it puts me into the game like I'm playing it. Like, it puts me in as one of the players, not as a spectator. I think that's what happened to me last time, so that's what I try to not use the links on Challenge, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's not that way, but I feel like I remember that's what happened to me once. Alrighty, so it looks like we have a couple options that these decks are these guys are using. We have an AOA, let's see, Double Dust and Double Schuler Anguish. Wow, that's some nasty looking AOA disc right there. Banish, Exhume, Misery Exploit, Logos. We have a Time Traveler deck here. That's exciting. Double Helper Bot with a Professor Stutterkin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Logos creatures to go with that Stutterkin. BDQ, Lab Work. And it looks like they selected different decks. That happens unless both players already ran. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Because I feel like I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to play the game. I just want to spectate. JDG has selected Chandra. Let me check this real quick. JDG selected... the Scaremonger. Wait a minute. Oh, right. 4. Chandra, JDG Chandra. So yeah, it looks like they both chose their own decks. JDG with the Sacro Alien, Yolker with the Helper Bot and a Life Ward and a Jar Goggle. So yeah, it was Yolker who brought along that. Okay. So yeah, no chain bidding on this one. They just both chose their own decks and they're just playing it. JDG with a Survey. Lost the oh my goodness, I can't talk. Lost the Detention Coil. Blast Shielding. Yolker says, gotta go find that Quixel. Yeah, AOA versus MM, that is interesting. It's not a matchup you see very often, I feel like. Particle Sweep. Crazy, wow. Helper Bot is gone. So the Jar Goggle. Wait, where's the Helper Bot? Alright, Yolker is going Dis. Oh, the Life Ward. JDG cannot play creatures. Life Ward is such a good card. Exhume into the Helper Bot. Now that is a play if I've ever seen one. The Nerve Blast to deal 2 damage to the Sacro Alien. Not really doing anything. Because that armor. Cold the Weak. Sacro Alien's gone. This is a very close game so far. Both very tight. JDG with the Amphora Captura. What? They have to discard the Citizen Shrix because of the Life Ward last turn. But Amphora Captura, another such a good card. Yolker's going to Logos. Ooh, throwing on the Time Traveler. Helperbot Reaps. My question is, why does Time Traveler have an Ember Pip? Why was that necessary? Time Traveler is so stinking good on its own as it is, without the Ember Pip. The Ember Pip just seems so extra. Like, Help from Future Self has one. JDG, we got a Quixel Stone in play. Quixel Stone is here. Yolker does get to forge, but the Quixel Stone has arrived. Yeah, I'm loving that this event is forcing random sets to match up against each other. It's rare that 2 decks of the same set come against each other. Yeah, it is really cool. I think this format is actually super neat. Like, getting to see representation from all 5 sets and see matchups that you don't usually get to see is really cool. Yeah, Yolker now cannot be playing any creatures. Plays the treasure map, discards everything else. I guess he would have discarded everything else because of the treasure map anyway, but I hope something like this gets run again. Yeah, definitely. That'd be really cool to see. We ask ourselves that question since the launch of the game. What's the name of that new... Is it... I think it's an Equidon creature, right? There's like a new Equidon creature that got spoiled that has an Ember Pip on it for some reason. I can't remember the name of it. It was just discussed recently. JGG with the Eclectic Inquiry, the Igor, the Opposition Research. And the Animator. This deck just has all the... Yeah, Talent Scout, that's what I'm thinking of. Wow, this deck just has some wild artifacts. Amphora, Quixel, and Animator, that's wild. Yeah, Talent Scout is the one I was thinking of. That one, I think... I don't mind that that one has an Ember Pip quite as much. I think the Ember Pip is pretty cool on that card. And then when Rachel destroyed Eindhoven with him, they eroded library access and bait and switch. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yolker is just stuck at one creature right now. Discards the Anguish, plays the Banish, but he's just stuck at one creature. And that creature is a helper bot of all things. JDG, picking up Logos with the Archives. Double Opposition Research. Interesting. Discards the Bouncing Deathcork. Doing some crazy animator shenanigans. This has been a very weird game. This has been a very weird game. Subtle Maul, too much to protect. Oh, look at this. Yolker might actually be able to play a creature now. Hedonistic Intent. Spoils of Battle. Oh my gosh. Does he have an exile? He does. Is Ludo going to get exiled? Well, it's warded now. Yep. Ludo just got exiled. That's crazy. So never mind. Yolker will not be able to play creatures. And now he has 2 creatures. A Helper Bot with 2 Ember. And a warded Ludo with 7. Wow. This has been a game. This has been a game. Quixelstone is throwing a weird dynamic into it. I know. Why ward a Ludo you wanted to exile? I wonder if that was a misplay on his part. I wonder if he just misplayed that. Because it seems like he should have exiled Ludo first and then played the Ancient Power. So it might have just been... Oh man. Yolker discards the Helper Bot, discards the Sutterkin, reaps with the Helper Bot. Does Yolker have any source of artifact control here? If only that Bouncing Deathcork was a Neutron Shark, then yes. But as it's looking right now, oh, Crazy Killing Machine is an option as well. But it looks like that's about it. JDG throws on the Transporter platform and the Demo Alien. Pops the ward on Ludo with a damage pip. Plays another Survey. Things look even, relatively even at the moment. But you know that as soon as JDG starts getting the Ember off of that Ludo and the Helper Bot and everything, then the tides are going to turn just like that in JDG's favor. That was smart, though. That was a really good play. Ludo puts all that Ember from Helper Bot back into the pool, and then leaves him an open slot to play one more creature. And in this case, it's Time Traveler. Might want to make it harder for Yolker to play creatures because the Ludo is hard to get rid of. Yeah. JDG going Starlines again. Reaps with the Alien. Transporter platforms it back into hand. Interesting that... Oh, there it is. Quintrino Flux. Not only did JDG get the Ember off of Ludo, but also stole one because of the Destroyed effect. Yolker, stuck at one creature, yet again. Discards the Dust Imp, discards the Misery Exploit, discards Ancient Yurk, discards Charette. That was a whole turn burned just to discard cards from your hand. That's the power of Crystal Stone for you. Meanwhile, JDG over here just has cards loaded up with Ember Pips. Discards his own creatures just to keep Yolker stuck at 1. And yeah, what an overwhelming game for Yolker. JDG just stomped. Stomped on him with that Crystal Stone. Dang. Yeah, JDG managed to get those artifacts out early. And, yeah, Yolker just couldn't quite recover from that. Good games to both of you. Yolker, way to stay the course. JDG, congrats on the win. And there it is. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Alrighty, so the way things are looking now, let's see here. Aurora took down Orion 3-2. Karen took down Ugluk 3-2. Ugluk was the only other 2-0 player at the moment. So now Ugluk is down to 2-1. Karen is at 3-0. Not Tonight took down Red Train 3-1. And then we just saw JDG take down Yolker 3-1. So it looks like the last game that's still in progress at the moment is Ultimo Fox versus yours truly. As we've seen, yours truly tends to take a little bit of time with their turns. Yours truly does have a commanding lead at the moment, however. Billy Benetti. How's the stream going so far? It is going very well. It's going great. Ultimo Fox. Hey, have faith you're gonna win. Look. This is where the comeback begins. I would much rather watch an incredible comeback by the one and only Ultimo Fox than just sit on a blank challenge screen. So we're gonna spectate the heck out of this one and watch you win. The stream is going great so far, Billy. The games have been amazing to watch. Just some incredible gameplay, some really interesting matchups between sets and everything. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Super glad to have you in here. Super glad to see that you're making videos again as well. That's really exciting. The more KeyForge content creators, the better. So what are we looking at here? Ultimo Fox. Using a Coda deck. The library access that looks like it's been used already. Library of Babel, remote access. Ooh, we got a battle fleet. That's very cool. Some other fun stuff in the Sanctum, including a Doorstep to Heaven, an Honorable Claim, Double Take Hostages, Epic Quest with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knights, it looks like. Yours truly out here with the Mass Mutation deck. Triple Ethologica with a Kurzap, Double Daughter, Double Eclectic Inquiry, Double Dark Wave, a One Last Job. That's interesting. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Thieves, it looks like. And then some fun stuff in the Star Alliance. Ultimo has quite the Mars board at the moment. Your battle fleet got autoed while your whole hand was Mars. That is unfortunate. Dang. That was the perfect auto hit. I'm glad you're making videos again. Yeah, super cool. Super cool. I'm glad to see what, or I'm excited to see what sort of stuff you put out in the future. Yours truly, checking for that second key at 10. Ultimo Fox with the Logos turn, double library for a couple extra cards. Discards the Dexter. Dexter is such a weird card, and very annoying. Dr. Escatero for 1, a perfectly timed interdimensional graft, and then remote access for the Ember. Very well played. That was just a free 4 Ember for Ultimo Fox right there. Putting them in check. Good old interdimensional graft. Ultimo does also have 3 cards in the archives. Yours truly has 2 cards in the archives. So it looks like there may be some tools hidden away here. I wonder if those archives are from the Epic Quest. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I wondered if they were. So maybe we will see an Epic Quest play at some point here. The Cruzat. That Mars board is all but gone. Ultimo throws down a couple more Mars creatures here. They did forge. They did get to forge. So now it's 1 key, 2 Ember to 2 keys, 2 Ember. Yours truly is fiending for that 3rd key at the moment. Depends on how much Ember generation they have here to start making that, to start putting that pressure on Ultimo Fox. In terms of board control or of Ember control, Ultimo Fox has that interdimensional graft that was used already. Dexter got discarded earlier. There's the Doorstep to Heaven. Honorable Claim. Take Hostages. Looks like most of the Ember control is showing up in the Sanctum. Raiding Night. Things like Terms of Redress. Things like that. Yours truly going to Starlines with a Crewman Yorg, an away team. Stealth Stir on Even Ivan, giving it elusive. So now that Even Ivan is just even more of a pain to deal with. And Subdue with the capture bonus icon. And hit the Bolter. And a Survey on top of that. What is the Starlines hand? Even Ivan is even more of a pain to deal with. I didn't even realize that. Even more of a pain. Ultimo going Sanctum and picking up the archives. Are we gonna see a free key? Are we going to see a free key with the Epic Quest? That would put this game a whole lot closer. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need 3 more Sanctum cards. There's 5. There's 6. And there's 7. Epic Quest. Incredible work by Ultimo for that Epic Quest. What an incredible... Wow. Epic Quest puts Ultimo in the lead. A free key, 2 keys, 4 Ember, yours truly, 2 keys, no Ember. And Ultimo now also has quite the Sanctum board established. Wow. You gotta love Epic Quest, man. Yeah, I know. When do you get to see Epic Quests go off, man? Not very often, that's for sure. So now, how does yours truly answer a free key? A free key and a massive board. Alright, they're going shadows. Does yours truly have a way to deal with Ultimo Fox's board? Because if not, Ultimo Fox now has a Sanctum board that he can utilize to try and burst up a little bit to that third key. They now have a Sanctum board that's very usable on their way to that final key. Yours truly did just play one last job. Purge the Auto and the Rad Penny, so that's going to be a steal of 2 with Ember Pip on top of that. Tempting Offer. Uh-oh. Tempting Offer puts yours truly at 8. Is this where the Doorstep to Heaven comes down? Yes, it is. The clutch Doorstep to Heaven. And now, Ultimo can just reap out. Kept that Doorstep to Heaven in perfect reserve for just such a moment as this. Can now reap out with the rest of the Sanctum board, put themselves at check for their third key, and keep yours truly off of their third. And he just got to reap with his whole board because of the Remiel and the Sergeant Zakiel. Or he got to use his whole board at least. Wow, Sanctum Flex. I know, that's what I'm saying. This is why Sanctum is my favorite house. They've got the moves, man. Horror would be proud. So now does yours truly have an answer to that? Do they have anything left? Does Ultimo have anything left? Do either of them have anything left in the tank for this final key? One last job is gone. Oh, they're going Logos. Hold up, hold up. Logos. They did steal... Oh! Oh my goodness. Eclectic Inquiry had a capture bonus icon, and then even Ivan stole one once he was down to 6. And Ultimo Fox cannot reap next turn. So yours truly did have a little more in the tank to remove Ultimo Fox from check and put themselves at check. Ultimo Fox goes Logos for a desperate attempt to take yours truly off of their third key. Library of Babel to draw 2 cards. Does Ultimo have anything left in the tank? Effervescent Principle. Yeah, Ultimo says he's desperately digging for the Principle. That's his last hope. However, he has 17 cards in the draw. So chances, I don't know, maybe aren't that low. Or maybe aren't that high to run into it. Dexter, Dr. Escoterra to gain 2, but that's it. Ganymede Archive, Spat Drone, Remote Access. There it was. What a game. What a game. That epic quest put Ultimo millimeters from victory. But yours truly just had a couple extra tools in the toolbox to keep Ultimo from their final key. Great game to both of you. Congrats, yours truly. Good stuff, Ultimo. That was an incredible game to spectate. Wow. That was incredible. You should be happy with that, Ultimo. That was some incredible gameplay right there. That was good stuff. That epic quest play was insane. Brought you that close. You see now why I wanted to spectate this one? It's because of that right there. Incredible gameplay. Alrighty, so it looks like round 3 is finished. Aurora 3-2, Karen 3-2, JDG 3-1, Not Tonight 3-1, yours truly 3-2. And we will be moving on to round 4 here pretty quick. Round 4 should be coming online any second now. This has been quite the tournament so far. This has been quite the event. Good playing, good gaming to everybody who's been competing so far. It's been so cool. Excuse me. Alrighty, round 4 is up. Karen will need to do the top cut stuff by ear, but yeah, this is the final round right here, or the final regular round. So it looks like we have Red Train versus Orion, Aurora versus yours truly, Ugluck versus JDG, and Karen B versus Not Tonight. Looks like Yolker is dropping, so it looks like we will only have a few games right here, or it looks like we'll only have 4 games instead of 5 since Yolker's dropping. And oh yeah, and then Ultimo's last game is a bye. 0-3. I'm so sorry to hear that, Ultimo. I feel that pain very, very sharply. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I've went 0 wins, all losses, and online tournaments too. Happens to the best of us. Happens to all of us. Next time. Alrighty, let's hop into a game here. Is there any particular game that you guys want to watch? Do I have a favorite KeyForge deck? I probably do. I would have to think about it though. I have a number of decks that I really love that are all sort of my favorites, so to pick one out from all those decks would be very difficult. All the games are pretty close though. Enjoyed the event. Awesome. Yeah, that's what matters. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and that you had fun. And yeah, the games are awesome. So I mean, there was no shortage of great games. All right. Well, are there any games that you guys want to watch? If not, we'll just hop into one quick. Let's go Wilkie and Karen B. I don't think we've seen either of them play very much yet. All right, so both players want this deck here. Which one is that? All right, so both players want the Worlds Collide deck. And I'm not surprised it has triple Tribute and Chrysosaurus and Imperium and other crazy stuff. So Karen bids 4, Wilkie bids 5, Karen bids 6, Wilkie bids 7. Karen wins with 8 chains. So Karen is playing with the Worlds Collide deck, starting out with 8 chains. It's like choosing your favorite child. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It does feel that way. My favorite deck is the one I used in round 1 against Ugly today. That has triple Nova Dynamo. That is some Logos firepower right there. That would be fun. Alright, so Karen out here with the deck that she just won, triple Tribute, City State Interest. I mean, that storyline is just disgusting. In the Star Alliance, we have Red Alert, double Tachyon Pulse. That's kind of cool. Some really nice upgrades. And then in the Logos, double Eddy, double Tautau Vapors. I mean, that's just crazy stuff right there. Meanwhile, alright, so Karen played down the Jargoggle. Wilkie, on the other hand, is playing with the Dark Tidings deck. This is the first Dark Tidings deck we've gotten to see so far. It's an evil twin deck, of course. Of course, also with 2 evil Witch of the Dawns. I mean, what do you expect from an evil twin deck that has Untamed in it? Also, the evil twins of Old Patty, Muckling, and Chelonia, all tied up. Beach Day, Aembermedes, Mollymock, Deepwater Gruin for some of that burst. In the Unfathomable, we have evil Flamegill Enforcer, double evil Horde Sign-In, and evil Cop. Oh, that's weird. The evil Cop. Starlines, we have evil Old Egad, evil P.I. Swevin, Final Analysis, and other stuff. So yeah, very cool. Wilkie plays the Thundertoe. Deals a little bit of damage here. I actually really like Dark Tidings sometimes. Yes. And that's the key word for me, is the sometimes. Sometimes I like Dark Tidings. The most of the other times, the rest of the time I don't. But Dark Tidings has some very cool stuff in it. And I wonder if we'll get to see some of that. In fact, we probably will get to see some of that in this match because of the double Evil Witch of the Dawn. The most insane creature ever printed. I guess it's not quite true, but boy is it up there. So we are seeing an Evil Horde Sign-In. Evil Horde Sign-In has Poison and Taunt, and it's 2 power. Karen plays a Zap and then puts a Cloaking Dongle and a Force Field on the Horde Sign-In. Just anywhere to play those upgrades. Karen with the Knowledge is power. And another Dragoff. You actually just got an awesome Dark Tidings deck from Joker. It's so good. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like, if you can find those Dark Tidings decks out there that just really appeal to you and that you would want in your collection, I mean, it's super cool when you can get a hold of those. And then have a Dark Tidings deck that you actually enjoy playing. What makes it so awesome? What's so cool about it? Is it like an evil twin, or does it have like crazy Untamed burst or something? Or Karen with the Tachyon Pulse and the Quintrino Flux for the board wipe. Wilkie gets to forge. Wilkie is just barely in the lead. 1 key 1A to 5 Ember. Wilkie raises the tide with the Bilge Warden. Throws down the Australis Seaborg. And honors Kesis for the Ember. Oh, we were talking about favorite key cheats earlier. I think honors Kesis is right up there as well. I think I said Keyfrog is my favorite. Honors Kesis is also one of my favorites. It feels so good when you can pull it off. And it's a reasonable price as well. Especially for the sorts of tools that Dark Tidings Logos provides and offers. I mean, like, in the right deck, Honors Kesis is pretty darn reliable. So Karen, with quite the Saurian turn here. Strix, Tribute, Tricerian Legionary toward the Strix. Also, they're at check now. Wilkie goes Untamed. Plays the Beach Day to put Tricerian Legionary back in the hand. Oh, Beach Day puts any creature back in the hand, huh? Oh, okay, wow. I thought Beach Day was only friendly creatures back to hand. I guess it's anybody. Beach Day, Old Patty, Witch of the Dawn's Evil Twin to destroy Old Patty. Throws on the Deepwater Gruin for 2. And then fights the Strix. Oh my gosh, and then the other Evil Witch of the Dawn destroys the other Evil Witch of the Dawn. To put out the Old Patty, and then Old Patty fights the Senator Strix. What a turn. What a turn. Karen with the Tata Vapors, the Thorium Plasmate to finish off the Old Patty. Titan Guardian, and that's it. Wilkie forges ahead into a lead of 2 keys. Has some great Star Alliance burst with a really nice Unfathomable. Okay. You work at an aquarium, so I wanted to deck with the fish people. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, Star Alliance has some really cool stuff in Dark Tidings. And Unfathomable can just be an absolute menace with the right cards. So that's cool. That does sound like it would be a fun deck. Man, it looks like Karen may have went for the wrong deck. Well, actually, they both wanted that deck, didn't they? So it looks like they were, well, I don't know. I guess maybe there's some strategy, maybe, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Either way, Wilkie's Dark Tidings deck is putting in some mad work right now. Karen plays down the Paraguardian and the Tricerian Legionary. Wilkie goes Logos. Oh, Science. Theory or Conjecture. Gains 1 from the Science and plays the Horde sign-in, Evil Horde sign-in from the top of their deck. Taunts the Deep-Watered Ruin. Oh my goodness, Phase Shift for another Ember. And the Abandoned Ship for another Ember. And then throw in creatures back in hand. Or hold on, is that the back in hand or yeah? Put Legionary, Titan Guardian. Oh, it doesn't even matter. That's the win. Karen's win streak has finally come to an end. She was 3-0 for a while. Wilkie took her down. Break is just about up. The fish are calling. Have a great rest of your day. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you have a good day as well. And yeah, thanks again for choosing to watch. It was great to have you. Alrighty, so that's that. Wilkie took down Karen 2 or 3 keys to 1. How are things looking over here? Yep, not tonight 3-1. It looks like the other games are still going. We could hop into Ugluk's game, Ugluk versus JDG, if you wanted. That could be a fun one. We've seen lots of yours truly. We've seen lots of Orion and Red Train, so I'm thinking that'd probably be a pretty good option. If we can find it. There we go. Overbid and got beat up for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, those chains were rough. Better now than in the top cut. Yeah, exactly. Get those bidding, those overbids out of the way. So what are we looking at here? Holy cow. We got another Dark Tidings deck against a Worlds Collide deck. We got some crazy stuff happening here. Ugluk is very much in the lead at the moment. What's making keys cost so much? Oh, the Muckling. Muckling are making keys very expensive at the moment for JDG. Yeah, no, that Untamed turn was ridiculous. Like, yeah, with still 20 cards to draw, and then just happening to have the perfect, not only the perfect, like, double Evil Witch of the Dawn in hand, but then also good, sizable, untamed creatures also in the discard pile that he could pull from. That was crazy. So yeah, Ugluk with 9 Ember, going for that second key, going Untamed. What's in these decks, by the way? Oh, she, okay. Cool, sounds good. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, she had quite the insane turn. Alright, so JDG is piloting this Worlds Collide deck. Oh, look at that. A Maverick Harbinger of Doom in the Star Alliance. That's super cool. Double Kirby, double Garcia, triple wormhole technician, the classic insane Saurian kit. Wow. And then Ugluk over here with the triple theory or conjecture, double information exchange, library card, triple technobabble, double static collection array. Oh, that's very interesting. Double Triska, double Veljurka. What are these decks? And some wild stuff in the Untamed. Bro, this is... We have a double Veljurka in this deck and then a Maverick Harbinger in the other deck. That's insane, man. What a game. What a matchup. Let's see. Ugluk. Mukling. There's crazy stuff happening. Infighting. Board is being destroyed. Aembermedes. Whoa. Ugluk. Their keys cost 4 Ember, and they have 13 Ember. JDG did forge. Very cool. Throwing down the Zenzi, the Jargoggle. Do they have enough creatures to put Zenzi in the center? Wow. And yeah, JGG put the tide to high. Kind of needed to. Ugluk throws down the Hydra Cataloger. Changed the tide back to high. Putting their keys down at 4. That's crazy. The static collection, double static collection array with that high tide is almost like the Quiet Anvil. You know? But only applying to you. Obviously, the opponent can take that away from you, but just having like a Quiet Anvil that only applies to you and side to side, that is actually really dangerous. Theory or conjecture to archive 2 cards. Infomorph. Technobabble. How did Technobabble get played? I don't know, but somehow Technobabble was played that turn. Oh, interesting. The static charge took out the Pterodactyl, putting Zenzi in the center. This is the showdown of the leaders right here. Uh-oh, there's a misclick. JDG did go Saurian. Phalanx Strike. Accidentally dealt 3 damage to the automaton, it looks like. There we go. Phalanx Strike to the Jericho first, and then exalts the automaton to finish off the Jericho. Regrettable Meteor. Oh, wow. Regrettable Meteor to take out the Brain Eater. And then changes the tide to high, taking even more chains. Oh my goodness. JDG is at 8 chains at the moment. But I mean, it's tough because JDG has to do that. The double static collection array is just too much of a threat. City State Interest was also huge, but I mean, JDG is on the back foot at the moment. They're just trying to defend themselves right now, delaying what seems to be the inevitable unless JDG can get some insane draw happening. Lay of the land, Officer Kunkin. Oh my goodness, so much, so much. Raise the tide again. Ugluk back up, or keys back down to 4. Stealth mode. Awesome stream. How does one participate in these tourneys? Well, all the information can be found in the Discord. In the KFPL Discord, that's where the sign-up sheets and the qualifier information can be found. And then from there, you can just sign up, and you're good to go. If you need a link to the Discord, then we could probably hook you up with that. But looks like Ugluk inevitably took the win. Good games to both of you. Congrats, Ugluk, for taking yet another game. Link. Hiya! There you have it. There's a link for you. But this link should walk you through the qualification information and everything, sign-ups and whatnot, and then, yeah, just some other information for you. The comprehensive spot to be. Ugluk is basically unstoppable and adaptive. Yeah, that's crazy. They've been doing incredibly. Yeah, what is that, like 3-0, 4-0? I can tell. I can't believe I got a game off of him. Yeah, I know, that's was impressive. Impressive. Oh yeah, yep, 3-1. Alrighty, so that is Ugluk and JDG's game. So it looks like we just have Red Train and Orion finishing up, and Aurora and yours truly finishing up. Let's see what we can find here. Aurora and yours truly. Let's hop into this one. Oh wow, we have a close game happening over here. Yours truly at 2 keys 4, Aurora at 2 keys 3. Jeez. Well, now City State Interest really shook things up a little bit here. Aurora's back down to 0, and Faust the Great is making Aurora's keys cost 11. Oh, okay, never mind. Final analysis. Just reset all of that. Aurora got all of her Ember back. Keys are back down to 6. And Marshall, you were to raise the tide. Wow. That was a turn of events. However, yours truly does now have 18 cards in their hand. So I would expect that some work could be done to turn the tide a little bit here. What decks are they playing with, by the way? Oh my goodness. Yours truly with an absolutely insane Mass Mutation deck. It's a Dav deck with the Dav showing up in the story and City State Interest, Faust, a number of sources, some really nice solid syncdom. Dang. Yours truly to destroy the Marshal Yuri with a BDQ. Zenzi, QMEX to draw a card. Throws down the library card. Don't know exactly what's going on at the moment. Wow, that's quite the logos board that's being dropped right now. With Zenzi right in the middle of it all. Apparently yours truly thinks they've been playing really terribly. But I don't know. Aurora, the opponent, doesn't seem to notice all that much. Yours truly says, I've made many mistakes that all count for a lot, but it's all good, it's all on me. Huh. Well, despite those mistakes, I mean, the game is still neck and neck. Neither of them at check for their third key at the moment. Aurora is probably going to try to change that. Taking their time. Aurora's taking her time thinking. What is the next move? Keys cost 7 for both of them at the moment from the Titan Engineer. Oh wow. Aurora with the Strange Ordination. Plays the Grand Melee, doesn't do anything. Hammergram to start chipping away at that Titan Engineer. And then the Survivor. Was that Strange Ordination burst enough to give Aurora the win? The victory. Yours truly, now contemplating. Does yours truly have a way to answer? Oh wow. Yours truly throws down the Dark Ember Vault, which apparently has just been missing this whole game. Saurian Egg, Third Centurion, bringing Aurora down to 7. There it is. There it is. Aurora wins. That was another really tight match. GG's to both of you. Congrats, Aurora, for the win. And just like that, I believe that is the end of round 4, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Red Train and Orion are still going. But yeah, that was another really good game. Good stuff. Good playing. Love the music you have in the stream. Oh yeah. Why, thank you. It was just a quick little hour-and-a-half loop I grabbed off of YouTube, I think. Just threw it in the background. So I'm glad it sounds good. I like the way it sounds. I'm into that lo-fi sort of thing. Alrighty, let me refresh this. Oh yeah, so Red Train and Orion are just finishing up their game real quick. Looks like Red Train has a commanding lead for this game. So the format is that you have 5 different decks, one from each set, but but the way it works is that it's randomized which deck you play with each round. So yeah, everybody submits one deck from each set, and then the order in which you play them round after round is randomized. So like I can show you, for example, here. So like for each of the competitors, they each chose a deck from each set: Coda, AOA, World's Cloud, Mass Mutation, Dark Tidings, and then their deck order was randomly chosen for each round. So like for Yoker, for example, first he plays with Coda, and then Worlds Collide, and then AOA, and then Dark Tidings, then Mass Mutation. Or for Karen, it was first Worlds Collide, then Coda, then Mass Mutation, then Dark Tidings, then AOA, and so on and so forth. Orion doesn't want me to watch this because it's painful. I'm sorry, Orion. We are here. Spectating your game. Orion, I mean, hey, Orion with the Song of the Wild play with 4 untamed creatures out there. Reaps with the Piranha Monkeys. And then reaps out even more. And his keys cost 5 from the Imprinted Murmuk. So I mean, that was a pretty decent turn, if you ask me. Now it's up to Red Train to find an answer to that. Red Train is playing with a Dark Tidings deck. Oh, this one has a Maverick, Bubbles, and Untamed. How cool is that? Chelonia, some other cool stuff. A very nice Comm Officer, Hings and Gross, Rocketeer, Triska, Unity or Discord lineup. I mean, just the classic star lines you're looking for. And then some really nice logo stuff as well. Red Train with the Chelonia into Flumph for an Ember. World Tree. World Tree to put Muckling at the top of their deck. Oh, that's a smart choice. Because with Orion, now out here forging at 5, literally is going to be at check again after forging. That Muckling may very much be necessary. And now things are tied up once again. Well, not once again, but things are tied up now. Reaps with the Druid, heals the Molefin, Piranha Monkeys, reaps, kills the Chelonia, and reaps some more. Imprinted Murmuk. Oh, I did not mean to say Muckling. Imprinted Murmuk, thank you. I misspoke myself. I think I still had Muckling on the mind because Red Train put a Muckling back on top of their deck with World Tree. No, Muckling would have died from Piranha Monkey. Yeah, so Orion. What a comeback. If Orion wins this, what a comeback. That Song of the Wild turn for like whatever, 8 Ember. 8 Ember from the Reaps, that was impressive, that was huge. The fact that the Imprinted Murmuk has stayed alive this long and allowed Orion to forge at 5, that's impressive. Yeah, I guess my presence was all Orion needed to win it. There's some good luck. Good luck charm. Grand Alliance Council for some work, putting Orion's keys back up at 6, but doesn't look like it's going to matter. Still playing it out to see if anything happens, but that might be it. Man, another close game. I feel like just about every single one of these games that we've spectated today have been super close. I mean, like, both players have 2 keys, fiending for that 3rd key. So, good stuff. Well played to Orion. Congrats on the win. GG's to both of you. And yeah, that wraps up round 4. With Not Tonight going 3-1 on Karen, Uglut going 3-1 on JDG, Aurora going 3-2 on yours truly, and Orion going 3-2 on Red Train. And thus ends round 4. And now all that's left is the top cut. The top cut. Which the top cut is always quite entertaining. Let me refresh this one more time. So it looks like our top cut, we've got 4 players who have gone 3-1. Ugluck, Karen, Not Tonight, and Aurora. All right, so now Karen is going to just be trying to work out how the finals are going to work with the deck randomization and everything. And then once that's all worked out, then we can move on to the finals. Alrighty. So we have our top cut is Ugluck, Karen, Not Tonight, and Aurora. Ugluck is the only unqualified player, so he will automatically receive the KFPL 5 invite. So that's really cool. We will begin at XX50 after a 20-minute break to give everyone a much needed break between rounds. Good luck in the top cut and shout out to my ladies. Games are Ugluck versus Aurora and Not Tonight versus me. Players will roll poly dice to decide their deck. Alrighty. So before everybody ends up leaving during this 20-minute break, let's run a poll real quick to see which match we're gonna watch. Let me set this up real quick. Because we have Ugluck versus Aurora, and then Not Tonight versus Karen. Alrighty. Get your bets in. Not your bets. That's what Tabletop Rail says, is get your bets in. That's not what we're doing. Vote for which match you want to watch for the finals, and then whichever one wins, we'll watch that one. We have Ugluck versus Aurora, Not Tonight versus Karen. Start voting, start voting. If you're here in the stream, drop a vote, and we will see who we watch. And then we will take the break. We'll take the break. We'll be back at XX50. I see some people have started voting. We need more votes. We gotta see who our match is. Vote. If you haven't voted, vote. And if it's a tie, as it is right now, then we'll just like flip a coin or something to see whose match we're gonna watch. I'll keep the poll open for a couple minutes left here. Alrighty, well, we only got 2 votes on this poll, and they were both for different matches. So, I'm just gonna end it, and we're just gonna like flip a coin or something later when the match starts. Alright, time for a break. I'll be back at 50, XX50. So it'll be like 15 minutes. Okay, goodbye everybody. I will be back in like 15 minutes. All right, guys, we are back for the finals. So now here's what happened. One match, Ugluk versus Aurora, apparently happened already over the break. So they went ahead, they started early. They played out their match already. I believe it was Ugluk who won. Let me see here. Yep, Ugluk won the match 3-1. So the only match that's left is Not Tonight versus Karen. So unfortunately, we did not have that option of which two to watch because of that. But yeah. So it looks like it's going to be Not Tonight versus Karen for our final match. Alrighty. So let's we'll wait on this match to start up here. And that'll be it. It'll be the grand finale. And then, of course, since Ugluk is the only person, let me see here. Yep, since Ugluk was the only unqualified player, congrats to Ugluk for qualifying for KeyForge Premier League Season 5. Yeah, congrats on that. Yeah, so the final match will be starting up here any second now. There it is. Here we go. The finale. So once we hop in here, we'll be able to see which decks they ended up with. Which decks from their sets that they randomly generated. They rolled a d5 to see which of the 5 decks they would get to play with. It looks like Wilkie ended up with their AOA deck. It is a, wow, double Dromonaut with a Ganger Chieftain. So it has the Ganger Knot combo, along with some other sizable Brobnar bodies in there. Gauntlet of Command, Tremor, and a Coward's End for some of that board wipe. In Logos, we have Double Cutthroat Research. It's a Time Traveler deck with a Project ZYX, Director of ZYX, the entire ZYX suite, it looks like. Double Wild Wormhole with a Memory Chip, and in the Untamed, we have a Key Charge, Nature's Call, Double Regrowth with Nepenthe, Darna, Duskwitch. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Untamed creatures total to go with the Key Charge there. And the Regrowth and Nature's Call and everything, obviously. So that is Wilkie's deck. And then right on over here, Karen B, piloting her Mass Mutation deck. Mark of Disc, Mindfire. Lots of just really nasty stuff in the disc. Double Infernus, Double Dark Minion, Dominator Bauble. In the Logos, we have Double Effervescent Principle with a Redacted. Very interesting. Eclectic Inquiry, BDQ, Professor Torado. A couple bots over there. A Zenzi. In the Sanctum, we have a Ardent Hero. 2 Ardent Heroes, actually. Gizzleheart's Wrath, Fangs of Gizzleheart, Double Commandeer, Squire Alice, etc., etc. 2 very solid looking decks. It looks like there won't be any bidding. Looks like they each chose different decks, so there we have it. All right. Oh, wow. Strong first play by Karen with his Zenzi drawn up to 8. That is a strong first play. It always feels good to get a leader out on the first turn. Wilkie also going Logos. Cutthroat Research for the Ember. Lab Work. to archive a card, and a Library of Babel. Another good, strong starting hand. Karen goes Logos again. Eclectic Inquiry to archive the top 2 cards of the deck. Reaps with the Zenzi. Discards the Dinobot. Interesting. Discard Standardized Testing. Probably discard the Dinobot in order to keep Zenzi in the middle of the battle line. Keep that efficiency rolling. Wilkie goes Brobnar. Plays down the Gauntlet of Command. The Drummernaut. Oh. Wow. What a lucky draw. Got both the Gangernaut, or got both the Ganger Chieftain and the Drummernaut by turn 2. Let the Gangernaut combo commence. We identified that combo right from the start, and sure enough, it is putting in work right now. Jeez. What a draw. And of course, while Karen only had 1 creature out there, so now the Zenzi's gone. Sheesh. I agree with the play to discard Dinobot, but I'd likely play the bot without thinking I'd regret it. I would probably do the exact same thing, honestly. Alrighty, so just like that, Wilkie is at check for their first key because of that Gangernaut combo, checking at 8 for their first key. Oh, Karen forces Wilkie back into Brobnar and then clears the board. Wilkie also lost the Nature's Call from Inspector. And then the Infernus to purge from the opponent's discard pile. Probably at least half of the Gangernaut combo, and then probably something with an Ember Pip on it. Yep, Labyrinth and the Drummernaut. So the Gangernaut combo is no longer accessible for Wilkie, and Wilkie also just burned through this Brobnar turn, so I don't imagine that she'd have much to work with here after being forced into it. Plays the Lava Ball to take out the Infernus, but sure enough, that's it. They did get to Forge, so Wilkie is ahead by 1 key. Karen goes Logos, hoping to catch up a little bit. Plays down an early Redacted, throws down the Umberbot and the Professor Tirado to put some of that board pressure on there. Throws down a threat that Wilkie needs to deal with. Tirado is quite a dangerous card, honestly. Because giving every mutant creature Reap Draw card, especially in a Mass Mutation versus non-Mass Mutation matchup, that's pretty dangerous. Wilkie goes Untamed. Throws down the Grove Keeper, a Teliga, and a Regrowth. Discards the Key Charge, so the Key Charge is gone. Teliga, however, we have a 4-power Teliga. Every time Karen plays a creature, Wilkie gets an Ember. Karen goes Logos, 1 Ember goes unredacted, throws on the Auto Encoder, has some firepower out there to deal with the Teliga, reaps with the Umberbot to draw a card from Tirado, and then we'll also get to discard a card and draw a card. Auto Encoder for some efficiency with the archives off the top of the deck. Then, depending... Yep, there we go. Professor Tirado fights the Teliga, and back over to Wilkie. I thought that was Volcano for a second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lava Ball is definitely much better. That, they can get confused sometimes. Yeah, Volcano probably would not have been the best play in that situation. Wilkie goes Logos, draws with Babel, plays Memory Chip for some more of that Logos archive, plays down the Project ZYX, and we have a Time Traveler play here. Oh, Wild Wormholes into the Coward's End. That is an unfortunate Wild Wormhole. That is Wild Wormhole for you, though. But at the same time, Wilkie is at check for their second key at 6. Karen is falling behind a little bit here. Hopefully she has a way to catch up. Commandeer. Okay, so Karen has some capture that she can work with here. Commandeer, 2 Commandeers actually, into Ardent Hero and a Seeker of Truth. I was saying in my last game that Volcano, the Bruise, and Lava Ball all look way too similar. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, art-wise, they're all very similar. The same is like with the blasters. The blasters are all the exact same art. So I like never know what blaster is what. Yeah, I feel like the art in Worlds Collide for some things like the Volcano, Lava Ball, Bruise, the blasters could have used a little more variance. There's a lot of that similarity between a lot of the cards. Wilkie plays the Tremor, Bilgam Avalanche, Gengar Chieftain. Hold on a minute. This deck has 2 Drummernauts, doesn't it? Wait a minute. Okay, I was about to mention that Drummernaut combo, or the Gangernaut combo, actually is still accessible. But now that the Fangs of Gizzleheart purged the Gengar Chieftain, now the entire combo is gone. There's only one Drummernaut left in Wilkie's deck, so Gangernaut combo is officially gone. And yeah, things are dead even now. Wilkie goes Logos, archives a card from Memory Chip, draws a card with Babble, throws down Director of ZYX, a much safer Wild Wormhole this time, plays a Nox. Just a Nox, not an entire board wipe. Excuse me. Karen has lots of Ember loaded up on her creatures at the moment. She goes this. Ooh, plays Mindfire. Wilkie lost a Foozle. Throws on an Infernus. Oh man, the second Infernus. This is going to be, what, 6 purged cards for Wilkie now? Purged the Time Traveler and the Coward's End. That is cruel right there. The board wipe is gone, and the legendary Time Traveler is gone. Yeah, Karen's Dis is looking good. That's a solid Dis right now. That's the sort of Dis you like to see. Dominator Bobble reaps with the Ardent Hero, then plays Stirring Grave to archive something from the discard pile. To archive the Zenzi. Interesting. Bringing back the leader. Wilkie gets to archive because of Director of ZYX. And they go Untamed. We know that Wilkie's Key Charge is gone. Nox fights the Infernus. Wait a minute. Oh, I think it got purged, right? Wait, what? Where'd the... Isn't there a Key Charge in this deck? I thought I saw it get discarded at one point. So never mind. Key Charge is still out there somewhere. Nox fights the Infernus. Regrowth. To put Grove Keeper back in hand. And then there's the Grove Keeper and Teliga returns. Teliga returns. So now Karen is faced with that tricky scenario of the Teliga needs to be dealt with. Sanctum is really the only thing that could handle it at the moment, unless Karen has stuff out of hand. But if Karen uses the Ardent Hero to fight the Teliga, which is the only creature strong enough to take out the Teliga at this point, all that Ember will end up back in Wilkie's pool. Karen does go Sanctum. With the archives. So I'm assuming Karen probably has something out of hand that she can use to take out the Teliga. Discards the Umber Knight. Discards Salvador. Discards Ardent Hero. This is an interesting strategy. Discarded all of the creatures. So not only is Teliga's effect not going off, so she's defending herself against Teliga, but also getting value from those discards because of the auto-encoder. Wilkie goes Untamed. Picks up the archives, has a hand of 9. If Teliga's not dealt with... Oh. Never mind. Telega dealt with herself. All in the name of getting that Ember off of those creatures and back into her pool. Darna comes down. Oh, that actually worked out perfectly. It led right into a KeyCharge play. And there's still more. There's still an Nepenthe Seed and a Persistent something. Reaps with the Grove Keeper. Throws down a Dusk Witch. Karen does forge her second key. Chooses Logos to put the second Ember on Redacted. Moves all the cards from the archives to her hand. We have a 2-powered Dusk Witch out there that needs to be dealt with ASAP. Wilkie, in the meantime, has a very nice board established. Is threatening Karen's plays with the Dusk Witch. Effervescent Principle, okay. So now Karen's at 2 keys, no Ember. Wilkie at 2 keys, 2 Ember. Discards the Fission Bloom. Yeah, it's another key if the seed isn't dealt with, yeah. Yeah, that Nepenthe Seed is dangerous for Karen. Yeah, because that KeyCharge is right there. So Nepenthe Seed. Nepenthe Seed is a threat. Plays down the Dinobot and exalts the Dinobot to deal 3 damage somewhere. Plays the Zenzi, okay. Also, so where did that damage get dealt then? Oh, to the Dusk Witch. Okay. So thankfully Karen did have a way to deal with Dusk Witch out of hand. So that's no longer a threat. Zenzi's damage icon keeps chipping away at the Nox. I would assume Karen probably has at least one more Logos creature here to center out the Zenzi. Plays the Bouncing Death Cork. Destroys Grove Keeper and Zenzi. So, Karen has left Wilkie with only 1 creature from each house on the board. So that may hinder Wilkie's potential plans to use Nepenthe Seed to recur the KeyCharge and win that way. Her options are very limited in terms of creatures. Wilkie goes Brobnar. Okay. KeyCharge comes back to hand with Nepenthe Seed. Sure enough, KeyCharge is back to being a threat, especially for the win for this 3rd key. Bilgam Avalanche Reaps. Summon the Horns to grab a Lava Ball. Or no, not to grab a Lava Ball, but rather just to cycle all the way through the deck. Yep. So the Lava Ball's not in hand, it just went through the deck. Wow. Wilkie made some moves here, for sure. Put herself in prime position for the KeyCharge play. Is there anything that Karen can do about that? Goes Logos again. Oh, the Effervescent Principle. That's huge. So now it seems almost to be a race. Wilkie going for the KeyCharge. Karen stalling for the redacted. Because now Karen just has to call Logos one more time in order to win and have redacted go off for the free key. Wilkie is just looking to generate 4 Ember to pull off the key charge for the win. Wilkie goes Logos. Memory chip. Library of Babel to draw a card. ZYX Researcher. Archive the top card of the deck. Cutthroat Research. Ooh. Project ZYX. Help from Future Self doesn't pull anything because Time Traveler is purged. Persistence Hunting puts her at house at 7, but that's it. Karen calls Logos, it's done. Wow. That was a tight game. That was a really tight game. Yeah, that was the redacted win. 4 Ember showed up on redacted. Dang. That was a game. That was an incredible game. So tight. The key cheats were such a huge threat for both of them. You know, Wilkie was constantly fiending for that key charge. It was a race, really. Wilkie going for that key charge. Karen managed to stall in Logos long enough to build up the Ember on redacted and win with the redacted. So that was amazing play by both of them. Congratulations, Karen, for winning. That was great. That was great. Good stuff. But yeah, so that's about it right there for oh man. That's about it right there for the 3rd qualifier event. Good stuff. Oh man. Never mind, I'm sorry. It is finals time, isn't it? I was trying to end this thing prematurely, apparently. No, we still got one more game. Ugluck versus Karen. Ugluck versus Karen. This is the finals right here. This is the final match, grand finals of the 3rd qualifier event. Wow. Exciting. Let me see if I can stick around here while we wait for the game. But yeah, this is it. Ugluck has already made it into KFPL 5. So that's exciting. But we still have one more game to play out. Ugluck's AOA deck looks like an Alliance deck. Let's take a look at it real quick. See if I can find it. Oh my gosh. 97 sass. Bro. Yeah, that does look like an Alliance deck. What the heck? Triple Schuler, triple Professor Sutterkin. Double Generosity. Holy heck, man. That's insane. Yeah, that's an alliance deck. That's an alliance deck. Sheesh. That deck is bonkers. How does one open a deck like that? How does one get lucky enough to open that? You know what I'm saying? Wow. Alright, well here we are. He played against Ugluk and KFPL Triad yesterday. He brought that deck and he banned it without second thought. Oh yeah, that's the sort of deck you just ban without second thought. It's just like, you see that deck, it's like, nope, you're not playing with that one. I don't care what else you have, you're not playing with that deck. Pretty much. Jeez. Alright, this is it. This is the finals. This is the finals. We're here. We've made it. Can Karen stand up to the sheer might of that obnoxious 97 sass double Martian Generosity AoE deck? Which deck did she end up with? Oh, she ended up with the Dark Tidings deck. Honors Kesis. Oh, it's the Evil Twin. The Evil Twin deck. With double Evil Witch of the Dawn, Chelonia, the double Final Analysis, and some other really good stuff in there. It was really that, the double Witch of the Dawn that did it in that one game. I don't think Karen was the one piloting it at the time, but... Simon! Glad to have you in here. Yeah, these are the finals. Glad you made it in time for the finals. Okay, so yep, obviously, both of them are bidding for that insane AoE deck. I have no idea how many chains it'll get. Probably over 9. That's what I'd guess. Well, they're at 9. Gee. Ugluk wants that deck. Yeah, Whirlpool deck in the finals. Yeah, that is really cool. Wow, so Ugluk won. Ugluk won his own deck for 9 whole chains. And so it begins. Seems like with double Martian Generosity, that deck wouldn't struggle too much under 9 chains. You know what I mean? Because once you start drawing those 20 plus card hands, it's like the chains aren't doing anything. Karen starts things off by raising the tide with All Tied Up. Ugluk goes Helperbot and Agent Human. Karen goes Unfathomable. Yeah, as long as you see it, exactly. As long as they actually come up. Kiri Ghostmine, Horde Sign In, Flame Gun Enforcer, Abandoned Ship to put them all back into the hand. Interesting. Probably just to avoid putting the Helper Bot back in the hand. Karen does not want to give Helper Bot back to Ugluk. Ugluk with the Sky Booster Squadron, Collector Worm, Agent Human again. Yep, just throwing back down those creatures. Or at least Agent Human. Karen goes Logos. Just playing as many cards as possible to try and dig. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta try and cycle through those cards, get through as many as possible, just to get to those Martian Generosities. Just play out as much as you can. He goes Mars again. Reaps with the Who-Man. Stuns the Helper Bot and the old Egad's evil twin. Mars first to do it all again. Stuns the Flame Gull Enforcer. There's the Martian Generosity. He ended up seeing one. He found one. Wow. Drew 12 cards. Plays a Flotsam Spike and a Carpet Flotsam for some extra Ember, and that's it. So yeah, now he's out of chain territory for the most part. He found one. He successfully dug to the point of Martian Generosity, and now things just go crazy from here. Karen with the Storm Surge, Reaps with the Sign-In, Reaps with the Guilt Spine, Exhaust the Flame Gull Enforcer to unstun it. Oh, Wrath of Ruin, interesting. Wrath of Ruin to return 2 enemy creatures to hand. Collector Worm and Sky Booster Squadron went back into hand. Okay. And then back over to Ugluk, going Logos. Plays the Standardized Testing. Stutterkin. Rocket Boots on Stutterkin. Oh, that's scary. Hexbion. Lab Work. Pip. So the Stutterkin isn't posing too much of a threat at the moment because of Storm Surge played last turn. But if Stutterkin isn't dealt with soon, those creatures will ready eventually, and a Stutterkin with Rocket Boots is a terrifying sight. Just Stutterkin on its own is threat enough. Stutterkin with the Rocket Boots is something else. Karen goes Untamed, discards the old Patty, plays Witch the Dawn, so now here's where things get a little crazy. Destroys the old Egad to enrage everybody. That's it. That's just a cool play. That's a very cool play. Very smart. Enrages everybody. Every enemy creature. Flame Gull Enforcer to steal one. Mollymawk. And that's it. Almost all of Ugluk's Ember control is in Dis. So he must be holding his cards to have a big turn. Yeah, well, here we go. He's going Dis. We'll see what happens. After that Martian Generosity, yeah, probably a massive turn. With lots of Ember control, like you were saying. Oh, wow. Plays Exhume to bring back the Helper Bot. Which plays out a Collector Worm. Throws on a Lash of Broken Dreams, not finished with you, for nothing. Schuler to steal one, Schuler to steal another, Charette to capture 3 more. Wow. Yeah, there's that Ember you were talking about. Or Ember control, I should say. That's crazy. Got a head on board, put themselves on check, brought Karen back down to 0, all in one turn. Wow. And Ugluk is at most 11 cards away from that next Martian Generosity. Has drawn 5 more cards than Karen, even with 9 chains. Yeah, that efficiency is off the charts. That's crazy. What a deck. So Karen goes Untamed. taking her time with this turn here. Evil Witch of the Dawn fights the Schuler. Throws down the other Evil Witch of the Dawn. Destroys the Mollymawk to play out New Witch of the Dawn. Or the Old Witch of the Dawn. To destroy the Flamegull Enforcer. To bring back... who? Old Egad. Old Egad reaps, gets stunned with the Pip Pip, reaps again with the Witch of the Dawn, and then plays the Beach Day to put Evil Witch of the Dawn back in the hand. Oh my goodness. These untamed combos. Plays Witch of the Dawn again to destroy the Old Egad to enrage everybody. These are some huge IQ plays right here. Now that turn was worth the wait. Mollymawk to destroy the Lashy Broken Dreams, and then throws down Evil Mookling. That was one of the biggest brain turns I've ever seen in my life. That was insane. Ugluk will get to forge here, but Karen B is also... Karen's at forging point 2. At check 7 Ember for that first key. Yeah, yep, Karen is playing Bono. Yeah, that was sick. Oh my goodness. I don't think I'd be able to think up of a turn like that. Ever. Like, that's just crazy. That sequencing was so perfect as well. Unlock the gateway for the board wipe. Karen gets to forge. They are neck and neck. 1 key, 1 ember each. An empty board. Ugluk has Life Ward out and 3 cards in the archives. And Karen doesn't have anything. Yeah, the Ember, yeah, that did stop an Embermancy play. Yeah, clearing that board kept Karen from being able to do anything with it. And Ugluk's board was all but useless at the moment, you know? Everything was enraged. So yeah. That was a very well-timed unlocked gateway, to be sure. Karen with a Theory Conjecture to archive 2 cards, Phase Shift into the Fittest, and then a useless Final Analysis. This has been quite the finals match so far. We're only 1 key in, and we've already seen some pretty phenomenal plays. Incredible strategy. Martian Generosity. some wild stuff. Ugluk still has 4 chains from the start of the game as well. Ugluk going Mars. Throws on the Ember Conduction unit, the Mind Warper. Uses the Life Ward, so Karen can't play creatures. Draws up to 5. Karen goes Logos. Final Analysis, okay. Honors Kisis for the Ember. Discards the Australis because of the Life Ward. Keeping a small 2 Ember lead. Ugluk with the Eureka, Hexpion, and Sutterkin. That Eureka was pretty good. That 3 Ember was direly needed. Karen B with the Unfathomable. Plays the Thunder Toe. That should deal with both of them. Whirlpool drops. That's really interesting. So now they're both going to have to be careful about where they're placing their creatures in the battle line. Discards the Hookmaster. Ugluk was saying, don't even think about it, about something. Don't even think about what? Oh, I don't even know. Alright, Ugluk goes this, picks up the Archives. So there's a hand of 9. Oh, yeah, Evil Cop maybe? Yeah, maybe that was it. Throws down the Schuler. Restring Guntis to stop Karen from choosing Untamed. And now the Restring Guntis went over to Karen. Interesting. So yeah, Karen goes Unfathomable. Restring Guntis' effect should still apply to her if I'm thinking about that correctly. Maelstrom. So now Schuler and Restring Guntis are right back on top of Ugluk's deck. Discards the Horde Sign-In, plays the Evil Cop, and it goes over to Ugluk. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured it probably would stay. Or that it wouldn't change, yeah. However, now Cop Evil Twin Cop. Dang. Standardized testing. So Evil Twin Cop has been dealt with. So far, they've each had answers for these threats. For Western Guntus, for Evil Cop. Karen can now go untamed, picks up the archives, plays down Evil Chelonia. So now Ugluk will lose an Ember whenever Karen plays a creature. Deepwater Gruin. Molly Mock to kill the Ember Conduction unit. Or the Whirlpool. Guess she could do either one. She went with the Whirlpool instead, okay. Just sort of remove that layer from the game. And the Aembermedes for the Ember. Check-in for the second key at 7. Ugluk goes Mars, plays Orbital Bombardment. Revealed the Martian Generosity with that. There it is, the second Martian Generosity. Draws 12 cards. Flotsam Spike, Orbital Bombardment, Skybooster Squadron, Mars First. And just a whole bunch of stuff. Wow. Karen does, so now, Ugluk is left with 18 cards in hand, still going for the second key. Karen has forged her second key. A very simple turn. Plays PS Weapons Evil Twin and discards Science. Now Ugluk has 18 cards in hand to work with. Ugluk goes Logos, Sutterkin, Archimedes, Rocket Boots on the Sutterkin, Pip Pip, Hexpion. Big ol' Logos board just vomited out. Does Karen have an answer to that? Oh, you're right. 18 in the draw. You're correct. I looked at the wrong number. Karen plays Persistence Hunting. Exhausts all the Logos. Okay, cool. So Karen did have something to deal with the Logos that just got vomited out. We got more Evil Witch of the Dawn shenanigans. Wow. Ugluk goes Dis. Nothing to do with that Logos board. Might as well go Dis. Karen is making a break for that third key. Schuler. 3 Fates. Takes out the Skybooster Squadron, Schuler, and the Deepwater Gruin. Schuler goes back to the archives. Life Ward, Charette, and the Lash of Broken Dreams. The Lash is back. And the Western Guntus, what? No Unfathomable for Karen. Oh, wow. Karen Steel's Tooth Information Exchange and Logos. The tide goes high for Ugluk because of Bilge Warden. Wow. Eureka. Sutterkin. And now the other Sutterkin is usable. Jeez. There's all 3 Sutterkins. Wow. That was Logo's turn. Still is. Discards the 2 standardized testings. Sacrifices the Life Ward. So now not only can Karen not play creatures, but she also can't call Unfathomable. And Ugluk is just running away with this turn. Getting to reap with Sutterkin twice. That was crazy. Karen goes Untamed. The Fittest. Surely. Oh man, see now there's so many threats out there that Karen has to deal with. 3 Sutterkins and a Western Guntus that somehow need to be dealt with. Charette has 3 of her Ember. Okay. That was a good play. Fought into the Charette to get the Ember back. Threaten check for the 3rd key. Wow. And there it was. that was such a crazy game for the finals. Holy cow. Karen ended up conceding, but holy cow, was that a wild game. The fact that Karen's Dark Tidings deck was able to go toe-to-toe with Ugluck's insane 97 SAS double Martian Generosity deck with 9 chains on it. That's impressive. That was one of the cooler KeyForge games I've ever seen, for real. Congratulations to Ugluck for not only winning this game, but also for making it into the KeyForge Premier League Season 5, winning a spot in that prestigious event. So yeah, good games to both players. Congrats to Ugluck for everything that happened today. Good games all around. It was a close one. All the games this stream were so crazy. I mean, I feel like just about every single one that we got to spectate, like all the games were like really close. There were no like crazy blowouts or anything. We got to see lots of really interesting matchups and things like that as well, just between various sets and whatnot. A huge congrats to Ugluck4242 for his first place today and his entry into KFPL 5. There it is. Congratulations, Ugluck. That was incredible. But yeah, so now that was the final game. Now we've actually reached the end. It was a false alarm last time. Now we actually have reached the end. So yeah, thank you to everybody who tuned in, and for real, you guys, be sure to sign up for the next event. Next month, we're going to be having the 4th qualifier event for KFPL 5, so be sure to sign up for that. Obviously, be sure to tune in. If you're not able to make it, be sure to tune in and watch. We want to get as many players for these events as possible. A lot of us have already qualified for it, so the more people that we can get playing, the more people we can have qualify for the KFPL 5. And yeah, so be sure to do that. In fact, I'll even link right here in the chat for you guys to check out the qualifier information. Be sure to check out that link, sign up for the events and everything. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so thanks to everybody who competed. Good games all around. Huge shout out to Karen for organizing the event and putting it all on and even competing. It's awesome to see this stuff and to see these events and everything. So yeah, huge shout out to her for all the work that she's put into these events. And yeah, good times all around. Thanks to all of you guys who tuned in to the live stream to watch and to just have a good time, watch some cool games and everything. It was a lot of fun having all you guys in here, and yeah, all around good times. So without further ado, yeah, that was good. Alrighty, I will see you all next time for the next stream. Hopefully I'll be able to start putting out content again soon. I mean, hopefully I can return to a more consistent schedule like I was at before. But yeah, I've been saying yeah quite a bit for this outro, but all right, anyway, awesome. Thank you all so much for coming in and for competing and for having a good time. Can't wait to see you all again in the next one. See you later.